Really quick, before we get into today's video, I would just like to proudly announce that my very first album ever, titled In Over My Head, will release tomorrow, July 29th, 2020, right here on my YouTube channel. The album was written completely on the Teenage Engineering OPZ, and while it's definitely not perfect, I'm pretty proud of what I have made. So again, that comes out tomorrow, July 29th, 2020, or if you're watching this video in the future, then it's already out and you can just listen to it right here on YouTube. However, if you'd like to hear the album a day early, you can head over to patreon.com/freebeat. You can pledge $1 a month to help support the channel, and in return, you will get access to the album one day early, but no pressure because it does come out tomorrow. And then on July 31st, I'm doing a live stream concert right here on the channel. Do you guys remember concerts? Kind of a weird concept now, I know, but I'm going to be playing along to my album on the electronic drum set set up in my buddy's garage with a little light show. It's going to be a really fun time. That's July 31st, 2020 at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope to see you guys there. Let's get going on today's video. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Let's get started. So for today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a couple copy and paste shortcut trick tip things on the OPZ. I used these a lot when I was working on my album, and they might be kind of common knowledge to some of you, but I guarantee you there's someone out there who has not heard of them because they're buried away on the Teenage Engineering website with the weird instruction manual for the OPZ there that's like 1,000 pages long because the thing has so many shortcuts and features. We're going to want a blank pattern, and we're going to want to make a pattern here. So we got a kick drum, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's switch to our hi-hat, just eighth notes, nice and simple. Snare drum on 2 and 4. Sure, why not? Snare drum, snare drum. Oh, looks like I missed a hi-hat. There we go. Get the metronome out of there. Let's write a bass line real quick. And quantize it. Cool, so now that we have that pattern, we can copy and paste it to any of the other pattern slots super easily. This one is probably pretty well known by most folks, but we're going to hold the project button down up top. Then we're going to click shift once. You can see it's now flashing yellow, and what that did is it copied whatever pattern we had selected. Now, while we're still holding project, we can just click on any of the 16 patterns to paste it there. Let's just paste it in slot 2. And there we go. Now when I hold down project, you'll see that there is a pattern 1 and a pattern 2 now. One thing to note is when you do this, it does not automatically put you in the new pattern. So we're still on pattern 1 even though we copy and pasted it into slot 2. So now we can go to slot 2, and it's the exact same thing as slot 1. That can be cool for if you want to make some slight tweaks, but like let's say we wanted to keep the drums the same but wanted to change the bass pattern, we could copy the whole thing. Now we're just working on the bass track here. So let's change the bass track just a little bit. I'm just gonna go something like that, or there we go, I like that. There we go, nice. So now let's say we want to keep the bass pattern, but we want to change the drums. And of course our drums are comprised of 3 tracks. So we're going to want to copy just the bass track to the next pattern. That's actually really easy. We can hold down project, make sure that we're on pattern number 2, make sure that we're on the bass track. We're going to hold down project. We're going to tap the shift button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now the track icon will be flashing as well as whatever track we selected. So now it has copied the bass track, and we can paste it anywhere we'd like. So I'm going to paste it into slot 3. Once again, once I let go of everything, it does not jump us to slot 3 immediately. We have to go there. So now it'll be just the bass track, because if there was nothing here before, we copied just the bass over. So now we can go to our kick drum track and, you know, change it. Something like that. How about that? So now we've got 3 unique patterns. Let's go back to pattern number 1 here. Let's say we're listening to this, we're listening to the bass track, and we're not really happy with the bass sound, the parameters of the bass. So we're tweaking it. There we go. Now let's say we like it like that. Now, unfortunately, if we go to another pattern, we'll see that the bass has returned to what it was before because we only changed the parameters for the bass track on that first pattern. If we go back to pattern 1, we'll hear our new sound. Well, you can copy and paste the parameters of a track between your patterns as well. Very, very handy. So once again, we'll want to make sure that we are on the pattern that we want to copy, in this case pattern 1. We're going to hold down track and verify, yes, indeed, we are on the bass track. Now we're going to hold the project button. We're going to press the shift key twice. Now you'll notice that the LEDs on the dials are flashing, indicating that we're copying parameters. Pattern 1 is yellow because that's the pattern we just copied, and we're holding the project button down still. And then we can see that we have 2 patterns that we can paste to right now. So we're going to hit pattern number 2 and paste to that, and we can also hit pattern number 3 and paste to that. So now, once again, we're on pattern number 1. Let's go to pattern number 2. You'll hear the bass sound has now gotten the parameters transferred over from pattern 1, but it's still the actual track and sequence of pattern 2. Same thing with 3. And this works with any of the tracks on the OPZ. So again, to wrap it all up for you guys, you can copy an entire pattern, which is all the tracks and all the parameters of those tracks from pattern to pattern. You can copy just a track from pattern to pattern, which is the sequence of that track as well as the parameters. Or you can just copy the parameters, which is just the parameters. And you can do that between any of the patterns. It can really speed up your workflow. You can do it between any of the tracks as well, as long as you are copying from the same track to the same track between patterns. You can't copy bass drum parameters and paste them into like the arpeggio track or anything like that, obviously. But it is a huge time saver, and once you get the hang of it, you can really fly around the OPZ, almost as much as if there was a solo track function or an undo button. But I'm going to continue to complain about that until we get them. So hopefully some of you guys out there found this tip helpful. For me, it was a huge eye-opener being able to copy parameters from track to track, because all of a sudden I could just go in and tweak stuff on one track, then copy it all the way down the line, and then make slight tweaks to individual patterns if I needed to. So if you guys did find this video helpful, go ahead and leave a like on it. If not, you can leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell. After the live concert comes out, there's going to be some huge changes on the channel. I shouldn't say changes, more improvements. A lot of new stuff coming. I'm excited for you guys to be on this journey with me. I'm excited for you guys to hear the album coming out tomorrow. It is free here on YouTube. It'll be $1 on Bandcamp, or you can go over to patreon.com/freebeat and get it for $1 a month. My rabbit is drinking. She almost made it to the end of the video. And then, of course, I would really appreciate it if you guys could be here July 31st, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the live concert. Should be a good time, probably going to be 30-35 minutes or so. Just going to run through the whole album, as well as a bonus track that I've had on hold for a while for you guys. So hopefully you guys dig it. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.